was a big day for the Nigeria debt capital market as the FMDQ OTC, the leading exchange, led stakeholders to honor the outgoing Director General of the Debt Management Office, Dr. Abraham Nwankwo. Dr. Nwankwo, who served for a decade from July 2007 to June 2017, has been instrumental to the development and deepening of the debt market in the country. In a one-on-one session anchored by the Managing Director and CEO of FMDQ OTC Exchange, Mr. Bola Nadele, Dr. Nwankwo shared some tips of his service years.
Let's start on, because this session is for people to learn from you, Doctor. You must have served 4 presidents, if I'm not mistaken, in your career as the DG for 10 years. This is commendable, and I must congratulate you. I think I'm on my third chairman here. Yeah. So for those here coming behind your juniors here, working in the public sector, how interesting. What are the prospects? What are the challenges? Villa meeting, and then the high points for you.
Whatever achievements we made at the DMO was due to teamwork. Yes, I did provide, from my own perspective, some leadership, but we have always had a strong team. My remark is that those coming behind, the younger ones, you just make up your mind that you want to contribute your best to your country in whatever capacity. Just make up your mind you're going to do your best for your country as a truck pusher, as a debt manager, as a governor, as a president, as a legislator, as a trader, as a market woman, as a student. Just make up your mind you're contributing your best to your country. And that solves the problem. I think that's all I want to say. Just make up your mind that whatever you're doing, you're going to do your best for your country. As you do your best for your country, I invariably believe that you are doing your best for yourself. Because I believe that the easiest way to communicate with the higher being, and that's why I take work seriously. I believe that the easiest way to communicate with the Almighty is through work. As you focus on work, you see the revelation of the Almighty as it gives you new ideas, revelations. So yes, it's good to go to the churches and to the mosque for revelation. But for me, the easiest way to get revelation, to be in constant communication with God, is through work, because God himself is always working.
The new Director General of the Debt Management Office, Ms. Patoniha, gave warm remarks about her predecessor.
In saying one or two things about him, he gave total support for everything we were doing. A lot of us knew where we were, but there was a vision to get somewhere, and I'd like to acknowledge him and the House for sharing that vision with us and working as partners to get to where we were today. He was somebody who was interested in doing new things. So your own business was to sell him that opportunity. Once he understood it, you knew you had support to run with it. The only risk you had was that once you told him he wants the result now. So he was passionate and excited about new things, provided he could see the end and what value he was putting on the table.
There were other glowing tributes from key players in the financial markets.
As you sit here today and you are riding beautifully on Lekki Ikoyi Link Bridge, the gentleman here played a significant role, because these were some of the sources of financing such, huge infrastructure in the state. Lagos then practically became a huge construction site. The light metro rail transit that is running from Okokomaiko via National Theatre into Marina, all of those are not happening without his support. Things like the 10 mother and child care centers built in Lagos, and I can go on and on. So they've done beautiful well, not just for the federal government of Nigeria. I don't need to go into all the first, and I think that has been happily described by saying this gentleman is a pace setter?
The DMO conducts at least a monthly auction of securities. And the DMO is one of a handful of government agencies that conducts auctions of anything. It's been going on for more than 10 years. There's been not one single controversy of collusion, of manipulation, or anything about the auction. I'm not sure there are many agencies that we can talk about that you say the government is doing something, the government is selling something, and you can be rest assured that the best price, the best man will go away with it. Thank you, Dr. Nwankwo.
Dr. Nwankwo, as you have heard already, has distinguished himself. And it really won't matter whether we gathered here today to celebrate him as we're doing. But I think we should. And it is commendable that you are here. It is rare for public servants at his level to serve for 10 years. You can go and check. That speaks volumes. And it's a rare mark of distinction.
Dr. Nwankwo reflects on his decade tenure as Director General of the Debt Management Office.
For me, my service was very fulfilling. Fulfilling in the sense that here is an ordinary man who was called upon to serve the country in a special capacity. And by the grace of God, working with a very good team in the DMO, I was able to project the country, ensure that public debt in Nigeria became a professionally structured and managed affair, and at the same time projected the image of the country abroad by standing firm with my team, marketing the country with confidence, and insisting that Nigeria remains a great, resilient, and credible country. So I feel fulfilled that I had an opportunity to give all I could to my country. And I'm happy that the Nigerian people gave me all the inspiration by their criticism, by their support, by their advice that enabled me and my team in the DMO to do the best we could for our country. And I'm also even happier that the DMO is going to deliver even more proficiently, more effectively for the benefit of the country.
A pace setter, driver of the primary dealers market makers system, Eurobonds listing, FGN Savings Bonds, recent Diaspora Bonds listing, OTC market and the FMDQ OTC exchange. Dr. Nwankwo is an epitome of excellence, professionalism, and dedication to service. His devotion to selfless service to Nigeria throughout his tenure as the Director General of the Debt Management Office is a legacy for future generations to understand that they must give their best whenever called to serve Nigeria in whatever capacity.